Let's talk about the Romani representation in the new Nosferatu movie, and of course, spoiler-free review. Let's start with the positives for a change, because there actually are positives. First up, let's talk about the costume design. There's finally a costume designer who knows how to use Google. The Romani characters are always portrayed in this sort of gypsy Halloween costume, but in the new Nosferatu movie, you can see them wearing actual, period-accurate Romani clothing, from that specific region as well. Now this is how Roma and Romania in the 1800s dressed, and danced as well. It might seem like the bare minimum, because it is. But in 2024, where Roma are still portrayed as Halloween-style caricatures, I suspect that someone was actually willing to do that 2-minute Google search to see how Roma actually dressed in that period. Pretty spot on. Also, the actors were non-professional Roma actors, which is amazing. You'd be surprised to see how rare it is to see Romani people playing Romani roles. Also, even though the Transylvania scenes were shot in the Czech Republic, they actually went to Romania to hire Roma voice actors so they can get the correct dialect. Since the Roma in the movie are from Romania and they speak a different dialect from Roma in the Czech Republic. That's our dialect. I really respect them acknowledging that Roma are a diverse people and that we're not interchangeable. The role of Romani people in the story itself, it's nothing revolutionary. It's basically the role Romani people have always had in these types of movies. We are the traditional, superstitious, socially outcast, dancing and singing gypsies. A lot about mystical beings that might pickpocket you. Obviously, these stereotypes aren't entirely inaccurate, they come from somewhere. The problem is we are always represented this way, even though we are so much more. All of these things make sense because they are deeply connected to our history. That's not all there is to us, and there is context behind it. I think that's what this portrayal was missing, was context. The stereotypes that you see in play in that movie come from those 500 years of Romani slavery. If you want to learn more, I have a whole video about it. I think it's okay they had the Romani characters be called the slurred gypsy, because that is historically accurate. However, when that is the case, I would also like it shown that that word is inaccurate and we call ourselves Roma. So we don't get articles like this, Roma if we're being politically correct. No, that's just correct, that's our name. Overall, I wouldn't call these scenes Romani representation. I think they showed a very familiar outside lens of Romani culture in a more authentic, historically accurate way. It's nothing too different from the representation of Romani people in Hollywood so far, but in the behind the scenes of it all, they did do the bare minimum, which is very rare nowadays.